Yeah.
Alright. So, this is pretty much the same as yesterday. I'm just going to change the numbers. The test is going to be very much like yesterday. Let's do a repeat. Yesterday wasn't bad. There's just a couple from yesterday that gave us quite a bit of trouble.
I wouldn't be able to do those by myself.
Yeah, I think I'm going to need that paperback just to look over it. Just tell you.
And you can use this one too, if we go quickly. It's so bad. So we're going to go with drawing a card and rolling a die again. So what's the probability? I don't want to write the whole question. I'm taking too long. What's the probability that the card, this is pretty much the same thing as yesterday's. The card is a face card and the die shows a 6.
Wait, is this whenever you write down the question and we write down that answer?
Yeah.
Oh, this is review? I thought I was looking at...
So it would be, there's 3 face cards out of the 4 seats, so there's 12 face cards out of 52.
Yeah.
So 12 out of 52 times 4.
Yeah. Or you could, you could do 3 out of 13. There's 13 cards in each suit. But yeah, there's 3 out of 13 cards. Jack, King, Queen, those are the face cards. And then there's 13 in each suit. Or you could do 12 out of 52, yeah, that's fine. And then what's the chances of rolling a 6? And that's it. You just multiply this happening and this happening. If it's an and, like you need them both happen together, it's a multiply. If it's an or, like this happens or this happens, that's an adding situation. So anyways, you multiply those together and you get 126.
So and equals multiply, or equals.
Okay. Number 2. What's the chances that the card is not a face card and the die is still a 6?
Card is not a face card?
What's the chances of not getting a face card?
10 out of 13.
Because 3 out of 13 is face, so that's 10 out of 13 is not face. And still rolling a 6. And that's it. Started off easy, didn't it? I just jinxed you. Well, I said start off easy because yesterday we had a few hard ones. This is basically the same as yesterday, it's just different.
You videoed yesterday, right?
I tried to.
Wait,
It failed.
It failed?
wouldn't the odds of not rolling?
So we didn't get Brady's.
Wouldn't the odds of not
Weird
rolling
noise.
6 and 5 6?
No. Huh?
Or my wouldn't
No, I didn't say not a 6, I just
Oh.
said a 6. Yeah, if they said not a 6, that would be 5 and 6. I just said not a face card. Okay, what are the odds of getting not a face card and not a 6?
So 10 out of 13.
That's what Matthew was just saying. Not a 6.
See, I just want to cut the head.
You guys missed an amazing moment yesterday. Brady,
He was trying to talk.
Brady was like, buh, and I don't know what he did, but he like belched and made a
And he kept talking.
He tried talking at the same
Two
time.
or something, and he was
He was
like...
like talking while he burped.
So weird.
Nice.
No, he said like,
Yeah.
It was funny.
But he wasn't even like in the middle of a sentence, so I don't know why he...
And he kept talking after. He just like,
it didn't happen.
yeah.
Where is he?
Golf.
Oh yeah, golf. I don't think he asked me to sign anything.
He calls it golf.
Probably not.
I'm going golf.
Probably not.
Alright, you got it? Keep ready to go?
Cool.
Okay. So we did the slips of paper yesterday too, didn't we?
What?
Okay, so we got slips of paper in the bowl, 1 through 9, on each slip of paper. Does that make cents. We got 9 slips of paper, 1 through 9 are written on the pieces of paper. 2 slips are drawn, one after the other without replacement. So we're gonna draw a piece of paper, we're gonna keep it, draw another piece of paper. Okay, what's the probability that both are odd? Okay, so what's the probability that the first one that you draw is odd? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. 5 of the 9 are odds.
So it would be
So 5 out of 9. That's the odds that your first one you draw is odd.
4 out of 8.
Second one, right? 4 out of 8. Yeah, that can be easy. Yeah, was it the end of this problem that we had trouble? Oh, we'll run into the hard one eventually. What's the odds that the second number you draw is we'll say 5. Okay, so for the second, this one's a little bit different than yesterday. For the second one to be a 5, what has to happen on the first draw?
Not be 5.
Anything but a 5. What's the odds on the first draw that you have something that's not a 5?
8 out of
8 out of
9. 1
Okay.
over 8.
9. On your second draw, yeah, what's the odds that you'll get the 5?
20.
There's 1 5 in the bowl, and then there's 8 slips of paper left. Yeah. So the odds that will happen are 1 in 9.
What does matter?
But
that does matter.
okay. Is this it now? This one wasn't the tricky one. Okay, what's the odds that this is the exact same thing? That your first draw is more than 6 and your second draw is less than 4. Something like that, yeah. So what's the odds that your first draw is going to be more than 6?
So that'd just be 7, 8, and 9, so it'd be 3 out of 9.
What's the odds that your second draw is less than 4?
3 out of 9.
Not quite.
3 out of 8.
3 out of 8.
Oh.
Wait, for what? Why?
Okay, this is the odds that your first draw is going to be bigger than 6, because 7, 8, 9. 3 out of 9 are bigger than 6. The odds that your second draw is less than 4, 1, 2, or 3. So there's 3 options, but there's only 8 pieces of paper left because we took 1 out over here. Just like, same reason there's an 8 right there.
Okay.
So that reduces to 1. Gosh, this is almost identical to what we just did the other day, yesterday.
Let's keep it that way.
Let's say, didn't yesterday we do like seeds, the chances the seeds would sprout were 9 out of 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing. So I gotta change it a little bit. Let's say it's 7 out of 8 chance that the seeds are sprout. 4 seeds are selected. Yesterday, wasn't it 5 or was it 4?
I think it was 5.
5 was a lot more challenging. Okay, if 4 seeds are selected at random, and so the probability if you plant these, I don't know, what kind of seeds would you plant? What flower do we plant?
Sunflower seeds.
Sunflower, okay. We planted these sunflower seeds. The probability that each seed sprouts is, we'll say 7 out of 8. Keep that over here for reference. If we plant 4, what's the probability that all 4 will sprout? What's the probability that seed 1 will sprout?
7 out of 8.
What's the probability seed 2 will sprout?
7 out of 8.
3, 4. It's the probability that all 4 of the seeds will sprout.
So it's 7 to the 4th and 8 to the 4th.
Probably want the weird giant fraction, you probably just want a decimal right here. Like 2 or 3 places, a decimal, 2 or 3 places. 0.586. I just made these problems up, so I don't really know what the answers are. Okay, what's the probability that, this is easier than yesterday's, I think. What's the probability that 3 out of 4 will sprout? So, one way that could happen is the first 3 could sprout, and the last one doesn't sprout. What's the probability? What's the probability that this last one won't sprout?
180.
But it also could have been that this one could have not sprouted, or this one could have not sprouted, or this one could have not sprouted. So there's 4 different ways this could happen, so you have to end it by multiplying by 4.
335.
0.235?
335.
335? Number 9. Yes, identical. You guys remember the teacher parent thing, that problem we had yesterday?
Yeah.
Let's think of a new version of that. We need a pool of people to draw from besides, let's do something besides teachers and parents.
Students and parents.
Yeah. It's taking too long, so we'll go with that.
Customers and workers.
That's good.
Okay. I don't know what the context of this problem would be, so I'm not gonna think of it, but, we'll go with that. Customers, workers. What about doctors and nurses? That has a weird male-female ratio. We'll stick with this. Customers and nurses. So, let's say, I don't know, maybe it's a restaurant or something. There's 50 customers and half are male, half are female, right? That's probably right. I'll write that down. And how many people will be working at the restaurant? 8?
Sure.
For 50 customers, closer to like 12.
Who cares?
I do.
8 it is.
Can I push for 12?
Sure.
Okay, I was about to say, if they're only making 8, what are they?
And we'll say this workers, let's say there's
3 girls and
okay, 3 girls, 9 boys.
What restaurant is
3
this?
boys for every girl.
What restaurant is this?
I don't know, I'm making it up. Okay, so here's the question. We'll just stick with that example yesterday. Let's say 3 of these people are chosen, and 3 of these people are chosen. What's the chances that they're all, we'll say men today. We said women yesterday, so we'll say what's the chances if I choose 3 out of this group and 3 out of this group, what's the chances that they're all guys?
Well,
So the first 3, what's the chances, what am I writing?
Yeah.
What's the chances that the first person I choose out of the customer group's a guy?
50.
Okay. Instead of writing one out of 2, I'm gonna write 25 out of 50. What's the chances that the second person I choose is a guy?
24 out of 49.
Wait, what happened then?
tricky with it.
What's the chances that the third person I choose?
23 and 48.
Really just writing it down.
Because the number of guys is dropping as we take them, and the number of people is dropping as we take them. Okay. What's the chances on the workers end that I choose a guy?
12,
9 out of 12.
8 out of 11, and 7 out of 10.
Okay, so that's the odds that I have. 3 guys and 3 guys. All guys.
But there's 9 boys.
So that's where it's a 9. So these 3 represent the customers. 3 customers that I chose were guys. This represents the 3 workers that I chose were guys. We want those to happen. We want this and this to happen, so that's why they're all multiplied together.
0.045.
Okay. So like 4.5% chance. Okay, so using the same data, what are the odds that we get?
Never heard his ringtone.
It's the flip phone ringtone that my grandpa had.
Yeah.
Don't make fun of this man.
That's
This is a hard working man. You shouldn't make fun of his ringtone.
It's the flip phone ringtone.
It's not a, well, guys.
Hey, don't make fun of
Hey,
his man.
that's my
Jeez,
childhood.
that is just mean.
I know that.
That is
stuff.
rude.
I used
All right.
to watch too.
What are the chances that only one of each is a man? Only one.
25 out of 50, 24 out of 49, 25 out of 48. And then
Okay, this is one of the tricky ones
What's
for
the
next
question
year.
again?
What's the chances that we only get one of each, like one customer, one worker, that's a man? So it could be woman, woman, man. Okay, so let's do the odds for that. But it could be woman, man, woman, or it could be man, woman, woman. I'm just talking about the customers. So what's the odds we draw? We get a woman on the first.
25.
What's the odds that we get a woman on the second? What's the odds that the third one is a man?
25.
Yeah, there's still 25 guys left, but there's only 48 people left.
And that's all?
No.
No.
Wait, why'd you repeat the 25?
Because it's going.
This is the odds that their first 2 are women,
Ooh, and then goes.
then we went back to men. More.
It's getting real now. It's taking off the jacket.
do you ever think
I
you'll
went
get a new
outside and got
coat?
cold. Huh?
Do you ever think you'll get a new coat?
Oh yeah, I was gonna fall apart. So. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah. And then same thing. It would be woman, woman, man. Something like
It'd
that.
be 3 out of 12, 2 out of 12, 9. No, 3 out of 12, 2 out of 11, 9 out of 10. Probably reading this one. They're making
Okay.
fun of you.
Here's
No, I'm not. I'm making fun of it.
here's the problem. This only represents one way that it could happen.
Oh, so now you have to figure out how many different ways it could happen so you can multiply it. Right?
Then just 9.
Yeah, well, we did this yesterday, so if you weren't here yesterday, it's kind of. So, how many different ways could we have a man in this group?
3.
3. How many different ways could we have a man in this group?
3.
1, 2. So, how many different combinations between these two could we have this?
9.
It's actually 3 times 3 is 9.
So it's 9. So it's the whole problem times 9.
Yeah, it's all this times 9. We're done. That's That's it.
You don't have to plug all that fun stuff in?
Yeah, sure. I'm not really as concerned about putting in the calculator right now, but
No, don't erase it. I'm doing it.
You didn't
Didn't you
write
write
it
it
down?
down?
My glasses are most efficient when I put them in my head like this.
I think this is the worst possible time for me to almost.
Yeah, this test is gonna be rough.
You know what it is.
Alright, I've got an answer.
don't be afraid.
Point,
I
0.069.
Remember that one time where you woke up at like right now?
That's wrong.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is, 'cause 6 is around the
Wait,
nine.
why don't we have the paper?
Huh?
Can you
Six
print out
would
more
round the nine
papers
up.
and I can actually understand?
You mean the
what
9
we're
would
talking
add the
about?
6 up?
No, because you rounded to 0.0469.
Because I'm looking at the test,
You can't
basically.
do that, because then the 6 would round to 9
Just
up.
work out
Ah.
another time.
And then it would just be what I said.
It's too late already.
You can go back and
We
watch
were
the
this
video
close
for
to
reference.
greatness.
Okay,
Wait, what was the answer?
I don't know.
0.047.
Number 11.
Number 15.
Okay, what are we gonna make at our factory?
Your
Socks.
dollars.
No, we're not making socks.
String.
Making socks are good.
No.
String socks.
No, we're not
String.
making
Okay.
socks.
Make it Jolly Rancher.
String.
She said socks first.
We
so-
make toothbrushes.
Alright, you make toothbrushes, you make socks. Okay, let's
The
say
toothbrush industry is very
94% of our socks that we make are
Somebody needs a toothbrush.
good, not defective. 94% are good socks.
What is the criteria for a bad sock?
Well,
It has holes.
Nick's not
it-
here.
itchy,
Gold
itchy socks are bad.
from the
so,
factory?
Itchy socks.
Yeah.
How
Nevaeh-
breathable are your socks?
Nevaeh makes itchy
Okay.
socks.
So
It's only the side.
6% are bad.
I say we make band-aids
Okay,
and call them the Rick.
The inspectors, so let's say the inspectors catch most of them, but let's say they let 5% of them.
So are they trying on the socks before they go to the people so
Yeah,
they can
try 'em
test
on.
it? That's
Uh,
That's unhygienic.
Okay, shh.
Yeah,
Guys.
toothbrush man.
Hush. Okay, the inspectors only catch 95% of the bad socks and get rid of them. So we'll do 95% rejected, which
you.
means 5% of these are accepted. And yesterday, some of the good ones got thrown out, didn't they? Yeah, okay, let's say 2% of the good ones get thrown out. So 2% of the good ones are rejected, which means 98% of the good ones are accepted.
I say we make vacuum cleaners, and our motto can be "It sucks more than anything."
Okay, the question is, okay. What percent of socks do not pass inspection?
So wouldn't that be
So-
0.05 times 0.02?
Not passing inspection would be the rejection.
That was a pretty good one.
So that would be this guy and this route, this one and this one. So what's the chance? What's a percent that don't pass inspection? So for the good ones that don't pass, 94% of 2%.
It's 0.019.
Okay, the bad ones that don't pass are 95% of the 6%. And you'd want to add the probabilities of those two events together
got it.
because it could be this one or that one.
I got
Or situation.
0.076.
Okay, it said what percent, so what would that be as a percent? 7.6%. I'm gonna keep that 0.076 though,
That's what goes on the bottom.
because we need that for the next question. We'll call that 11A, we'll do the AB thing, and we'll call this 11B. So the next question is, if the pair of socks does not pass inspection, what's the probability that it did not have a defect? Okay, so these are the socks that failed that actually were good. The good socks that got rejected. So what's, out of these two groups, what's the probability, if you're in these two groups, what's the probability that came from this group as opposed to this one? So we need the probability, this probability over the entire probability. Like how much is this out of the total? So it's 0.94 times 0.02 out of 0.06 times 0.95.
And why are we doing this again?
Okay, the question was, if the socks were rejected, what's the probability that they're actually good?
If the socks were rejected, what's the?
Here's how the test does it. If the pair of socks does not pass inspection, what's the probability it did not have a defect, so that they were good?
Wait, isn't it
That's the
0.94
stuff
over
that gets me.
0.2 over
Like I read
everything?
it and not know what to do.
Is
Oh,
it
sorry.
that
Is it worded
everything?
differently?
Yeah, I wrote this wrong, guys.
I agree.
We were supposed to use the total for the bottom, the other thing.
Yeah, I know.
Mr. Jordan.
So it's this out of all of it, and all of it was what we did on the last round.
I've got it 25%. No,
What
No,
was
it
that?
should be that.
No.
24.
no, it's 0.25.
Oh, it is 25%?
0.2%.
0.247.
Which is 25.
24.7.
Yeah, I don't really care if it does one or not. They don't ask for one on that one, but whatever. Okay, we're almost there. Oh, we're actually pretty close. This must be a little bit easier than what we did yesterday, huh?
Not necessarily.
I don't remember, we didn't run into a hard one yet, did we?
Yeah,
It's coming.
Which one was the hardest?
probably this one.
Or the one we just did? Oh, yeah.
The reason the other one was harder is because we had on the plants there was 5.
There was 5 plants.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does make it harder.
I don't even remember how to do that. Just
Well, one, I kind of said it kind of way to cheese, a combination of 5, choose 2, remember? That's how many combinations you can do the plants with the
Are
5.
you taking this test tomorrow?
Oh yeah, just to get out of the way.
Is the test already made?
I feel like you're gonna struggle with
Pretty close.
your
I don't
yesterday.
even know
It's,
what
I'm basically at a million, I just gotta
It's gonna
fix
be
it a little bit.
But I feel like I would still not understand it.
I'm struggling and I was here yesterday.
Wait, which one's, okay, this one was kind of, this was kind of hard, but what's the other hard one though?
I don't remember.
I haven't understood this job since the beginning.
Pass 9 and 10.
9 and 10.
It just kind of lost me. That's where I'm.
Yeah, okay, that one was hard. We were using yesterday's knowledge to help us.
Wait, is that it? We're done?
No.
Please.
So my first question, I don't think was too bad on this one, is what's the probability that we get from these two groups, what's the probability that we get 3 men and 3 men, 6 men altogether? So what's the probability we get men from the customer section? 25 out of 50, because half of them were guys. 24 out of 49, 23 out of 48. And we need men from the workers section, so there was 9 guys. So the probability that the first one's a guy is 9 out of 12. Second one is 8 out of 11, 7 out of 10. Just multiply all those together. This one was a little bit trickier because it said exactly 1 man from each. So we did the probability of woman, woman, man, and woman, woman, man. But the man could have been here or it could have been here. So that makes 3 ways that you could mix and match these. And same thing over here. The man could have been there. There's 3 ways that could happen. So if you combine, if there's 3 ways this could happen and 3 ways this could happen, then when you combine them, there's 9 ways that can happen altogether. And that's where the 9 came from.
Yeah, I understand that. It's just when you read the problem, I don't think I would have guessed to
do that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm worried about.
Me
The-
too.
on
Like, I
11?
understand what's happening, I just don't know how I'm going to.
If you read that to me, I would just
Do it. Just do it.
Well, the first thing it's gonna say on 11, I didn't say it, but is draw the tree.
and that's where I get caught up.
Well, it's just gonna say like 94%, so you just do 0.94, 0.06, and then it'll say rejecting, accepting, it'll say rejecting, I think. Alright, anyways, number 12, last one.
I don't like this one either.
This is first grade too.
Okay, we're supposed to decide if this is a fair game. 2 dice are rolled. If you get less than 6, A win. I probably better write some of this down. 6. Then player A gets.
Oh, I don't like these.
How much money should you make? Let's say $4.
$10.
$4.
Less than 6 on what? A die?
Two dice.
2 dice are rolled. Otherwise, B gets $5. No, whatever. Otherwise, $5.
This isn't fair.
It's not gonna be fair because I just made the numbers up, but
It's not fair.
let's figure out how we can tell whether it's fair
It's
or
in
not.
B's favor. Because 6 or above is $5, which is 7.
Yeah,
7 ways. There are 7 ways
maybe
you
if
can
I
get
change it to
$4.
$3, it'd be closer.
Oh, wait.
Alright,
7 ways you
wouldn't that
can
make
get
A?
$3.
I
No.
think A is better.
7
It's-
ways you can get
Oh, it's on
$3.
2 rolls. It's on 2 rolls.
2
Oh,
ways.
2 rolls?
2 dice.
How much did
This one's,
I would not know how to do this.
yeah, this is one of the hard ones. We did that giant table to help us with it. No, that was a different one.
Okay, let's
So
let's
there's
rationalize.
36 possible
I did
combinations.
Yeah,
So,
But the maximum, but it can only go 1 through 12.
yeah, I don't think we're supposed to use that big 36 roll table to figure this out though. What's the better way to do it?
Oh, wrong. There's only 11 ways. Because you can't get
Okay, well, I don't like this. I might replace this one with something else.
Please.
Okay, but I did think of a way to do it. You guys remember what the odds to roll 7 were? We talked about this yesterday.
No.
No.
Okay, if you're trying to roll a 7, what's
6 rolls.
what can your first die be?
less than 6.
Well,
Anything.
it could be a 6. It could be anything. So there's a 100% chance we're good on our first die, so we can't ignore that. And then if you roll a 1, you can
And
still
then
get
one
an
out.
extra 2.
However,
So whatever you get on your first roll,
minus 6.
you have a 1 in 6 chance of matching it to get a 7.
1, 6,
So there's a 1 in 6 chance of rolling a 7.
okay.
There's got to be a better way. Rolling everything above a 7 or below a 7 should be equal odds. So out of the 36 rolls, six out of 36 rolls would give you a 7. So rolling below a 7, so that leaves 30. So that means 6 out of 36 would get you the 7. That means the other 30 rolls would be split between below a 7 and above a 7.
Where did the
That
15
did
come from?
not.
And where does it seven?
This makes total sense.
When you're rolling 2 dice,
Oh, two.
you have 36 possible ways you could roll it. 6 times 6. That's where the 36 came from. We got a 1 in 6 chance, 6 out of 36 chance of rolling 7, so that means 15 out of 30. What's left over is the 30 rolls below and above that. So it splits. Yeah, I probably better just stop talking. This is gonna
Thank
confuse
you, because I have no idea.
But if I take that one out, I do want to put I'll just put an easier one in there, in that spot. So let's think of an easier one.
Like a card thing.
No. We need to do an expected.
Teach us how to count cards in blackjack.
I'll just put
Oh my gosh.
I'll just put an expected payoff problem. I'll just make it easier.
Wait, why don't you just stay where you are?
Just trying to get back to the bottom of my list.
Well, why? Do you need it?
I'm OCD.
Yeah.
So blank screen
I can tell.
does bother you.
I can tell. Okay. So I'll make it easy. We'll just say like.
I gotta make things right. Make it the way it's supposed to be.
We'll do one of those easy tables like.
Did you need that coffee?
30% of the time you make $5, and 40% of the time make $2, and then the other 30% of the time you make negative $4. So what's the expected payoff? So what do we have to do for that?
You multiply the top and
together.
bottom.
Yeah, so I'll make it easy like this.
Wait,
So it's
say
30%. 30% of the time we make $5, 40% of the time we make $2, 30% of the time we lose $4.
Okay.
So what's the expected payoff? So you just do this. 0.4 times 2
Do that.
plus 0.3 times -4. And that will give you the expected payoff.
Somebody plug that in.
Who's plugging in?
It is 1.1, so you get
0.8,
1.1.
1.1, $1.10.
What do you mean by tree fit?
So I want that one was a super hard one.
This is
So
what
do
I
That's
can't
the
you-
only thing I will semi-understand.
Do you want that paperback that you turned in?
Snack time.
We'll do that.
I got like 5 minutes.
You got like 2.5.
Don't crush my dreams.
Anybody else want their paperback?
No. Yes.
I'll say yes. No.
No, I mean, I'm good.
She
I
said
got
You have to be more decisive, Zane.
this. I got this.
Do you want your paperback?
Yeah.
On the off chance that you look at it.
And there's a
Yeah,
minute.
let's calculate the probability that I look at it.
Well, it's 1 in a million.
Oh, you gave me
1 in a
that.
billion.
How do you get 0 if you didn't do something?
Yeah,
I
actually,
did it really fast before I did it.
actually no.
What?
So, the test is
I just took the
test is eliminated.
look. I said that I did it. I said I was just gonna do it really fast.
Oh, you want to take it today?
At me.
Because I'm not going to need it.
And I'm not. I even got like
Or maybe you could get like
last-
8th period, like in the
I used
school.
to get my full nap.
I gotta make
I
things
mean,
right.
Okay, make it very-
No,
I don't think you need that coffee.
You can be
It wasn't
hooked up, huh?
Hey, next time.
It
you
is
get
iced
coffee,
chai tea latte. It's so
This chai tea even had
Runs
caffeine.
a play
What's
me
that?
This chai tea had caffeine. Tea has
No,
caffeine.
not really.
you like.
not a
I
lot.
don't think
Why do you have so
so.
much?
Because
Let's look it
I'm
up.
depressed.
Let's look it up. This chai has caffeine.
One day
Yeah.
I Thai, Thai, no lost weight, cream, cold,
Glad.
one pop
You're
of
glad.
cinnamon, gold chaser, lots of
Take
cinnamon
kill
roll
me
song.
before.
That's my
It
favourite
does
snack.
Do you have like
You'd
a,
have to be
is
like-
it your study hall right now?
As a kid,
Yeah,
you
well,
know,
I'm foreign language, but it's basically a study hall.
How do you have that into the Bible?
No, it's not. Now we actually have to do it. You got that song stick in my head?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, it's not, I could, if you wanna stop it by after school, I
Just
could probably have it
accepting
ready.
defeat with this.
But otherwise, you might just have to take it next week.
I'm going to set an alarm.
I'll leave it up to you.